Well, I'm sure Bolton would dream of a repeat of the good fortune they had in the previous game between these two teams here this season when they demolished Bolton. If it wasn't, it would go to penalties. Bruce Rioch, the Bolton manager, was so angered after his team performance at the weekend, he refused to go to the press conference and talk about it. It's a cool evening here in Lancashire. Almost the same weather as it was when the two sides played in February. Bitterly cold. A good night for football, with a tremendous atmosphere inside the ground as well. Graham Taylor, 23 years in football management, knows that this tie is far from over. Phillips puts in the cross, a flick from Coyle. Lee gets his first touch of the ball, telling touch, and it was almost a goal. Well, he's a player that they select for the home games and tend to leave out away. That was the case at the weekend. He's back tonight, and he makes an early mark. Offside against Kelly. Stubbs, lovely ball. Seeking and finding Lee. One with the defender, and he'll settle for the corner. Can be a real match winner or a real frustration, David Lee. The Bolton fans will tell you that. They either love him or they hate him. There's no in between. It's going to be curled in with the left foot of Thompson. Goalkeeper saw it late. He's off his line, and off the line by Rankin. Mixed Patalainen takes a blow to the head as he went for the ball. I don't think the referee has actually seen that. But Patalainen had to go in where the fists and the elbows and the shoulders were flying. The goalkeeper was in no man's land, and Patalainen's header cleared off the line. Thompson. Shouldn't cause Stubbs many problems. He just dives the ball to his central defensive partner Bergson. And Bolton are actually encouraged to play football from the back, and he gets them into trouble, especially when Ball's around, and Green gets them out of trouble and always puts them back into it. What are they playing at back there? Well, I'm sure they'll tell you afterwards they knew exactly what they were doing, but it didn't look like that from high on the terraces. Bergson getting his bootlaces in a real old tangle. Bolton bailed out by Green, who almost gave the ball away to Bull as well. Steve Bull has got a phenomenal career scoring record, but 19 goals in 38 games after Sunday's hit. Patalainen playing on the left wing. They're trying to use his height and his muscular frame to pick on the tiny Thompson. And Markkinen's only 5'4". Who said summer had arrived? It's a terrible evening here at Burnden Park, lashing down with rain. I wouldn't think it was playoff weather. Stubbs beat by Goodman, here's a chance for Ball! Oh, inches wide! That could have finished. Bolton wanders off. Well, you'd have put your money on Steve Ball to finish that one there. Great header from Goodman. Ball made space for himself and was just a couple of yards away. Coyle, good acrobatics, good balance. Puts it in there for McGinley. Now for Lee on his weaker foot. A good save by the goalkeeper. Worth the shot from David Lee. No time to get it on his favoured foot, and though Stowell saw it late, it was excellent positioning and an excellent reflex save from the Wolves goalkeeper. Graham Taylor, who knows well about losing in big competitions, So much money has been invested in this Wolverhampton Wanderers team to try and get them back into the top flight. Similar amounts at the same stage as Blackburn Rovers, and look how that paid off for them. Wolves are expected to go up. It's Jack Hayward's millions. They won't want them to go to nothing. Thompson for Bolton. Good defending from one of those big money buys, Goodman. Now ball, great little dummy, but Kelly wasn't quite on the same wavelength. Phillips chip. Coyle gets behind the Wolves defence, going to get the cross in. He's beaten the goalkeeper. McGinley's there. And it was a last-ditch challenge, I think, from Venus, which put him off. Ball's still in play. Cross from Green. Far post again, and Patalainen heads it over the bar. It's a real speciality of Bolton, getting those crosses in, getting them to players at the back end of the area. First of all, John McGinley coming in. It was a defensive header which got it away a fraction of a second before he got there. As the cross came in from the other side, it was the other striker, Patalainen, at the far post. And just yards over the bar. Stubbs again. Sprays the ball well. Puts it into a danger area that Coyle was just put off. There's the resident ball boy, Bruce Rourke. Up and down off that bench, chasing the ball all game. Great turn by Coyle. It's a good shot by him, but rising all the time, unfortunately, for the Bolton striker. Who knows what would happen in this game if Bolton scored and it was level 2-2 on aggregate. Lee. Richards lets it go, and that was a foul. No, it wasn't, says the referee. Shoulder charged him fairly, both feet on the ground. It's a goal from Phillips flying in. He's got a goal from this distance in the first game between the two. Crosses this time for McGinley. Bolton are getting closer and closer to bringing this time together. McGinley getting in there, but again well marked by Venus. Bergson has to be careful not to foul ranking. Sticks to his task well. Bolton play out from the back again. Flick from McGinley. Lee beats Venus to the ball. The referee gives him the advantage. Now McGinley has to turn. Patalainen out left. Coyle coming in at the far post. If Patalainen can find him, there is Coyle, and just beaten to the ball by Shirtliff. His broad shoulders put him off. Excellent, typical Bolton move. Playing the ball into the far post, and Shirtliff's very tight marking robbed Coyle of the goal. Coyle making a good run. Control as well on the chest. Ranking. No one in support. Alan Thompson. McAteer. John McGinley makes it 1-0 on the night, all level on aggregate. And the final whistle of a pulsating first half. Bolton back in it, John McGinley with a goal which will bite away at the Wolverhampton Wanderers' minds. The Bolton fans in great song. Steve Bull so far has been harnessed, just one chance from him. This game is evenly poised. On the day, 1-0, 2-2 on aggregate. So it's all level on aggregate. There's everything to play for. McGinley's 44th minute goal scored the same time as Steve Bull's in the first leg. Bolton will have to be careful that the pattern isn't the same as in the second half on Sunday. The equaliser came just after half-time. Will Bolton change their tactics? They've dominated the first half and had far more chances. The danger is that Bruce Rioch will ask his team to defend a little more. The referee couldn't have been better placed to give that free kick. Sue Patalainen affords himself a crafty little smile. Certainly no smile on the face of Don Goodman. And Stubbs takes his time. There's no hurry about Bolton now, as there was in the first half. Stubbs cross. Patalainen getting up there. McAteer flying in. Came off the bottom of his boot. That would have been an unusual goal. His equaliser at Wolves on Saturday was a bit of a fluke, as he chipped the goalkeeper on Sunday, shall I say. He didn't mean to. And that would have been an orthodox brace for him. Brings the ball out, but he isn't given much support. Breaks away from Cowles. Speeds away from Cowles. Plays it to McGinley. Cross to the far post. But Patalainen's coming in, and again just nipped away inside their own 6-yard box by a Wolves defender. Ball still in play. Wolves defence are all over the place. Shercliffe getting a left foot to the ball there, which could have gone anywhere. And seconds before, Mixu Patalainen almost made it 2-0 on the night. Getting that header in there, and it was Shercliffe again who got a head to the ball and kept it out of the goal. Play held up because David Lee is requiring treatment in the centre of the field. David Lee requiring treatment, but okay to hobble on. That's going to be valuable stoppage time added on at the end of the 90 minutes. Alan Thompson with a corner for Bolton. Plays it short. What's going to come of this set piece? Stubbs back to Thompson. So back of the area. Looked to be a bit of climbing there by the Wolves defender. The referee lets it go. Coyle puts it in. And cleared by Venus. Wolves on the back foot. Stubbs the man at the near post. Aim for him, gets the flick there, but Goodman just behind him, helping out his defence immensely. Takes a bobble before Phillips whacks it down the touchline. A rare breather. And on the right, Fabian de Freitas would be most likely to come on if Lee couldn't carry on. A speedy attacker from Holland. Venus. Good defending by Thompson. Lee can't make it, he's hobbling in some considerable pain. This is Dennison. It's the cross in, it's over Brannigan, out of play. And Bolton can make the substitution. David Lee's taken a nasty kick on the foot. He's going to go off, and Fabian de Freitas, the tall, lean Dutchman, Bolton's record signing, is going to come on. Comes Fabian de Freitas, the lean, mean Dutch under-21 international. In fact, Bolton's record signing last summer cost £400,000. Yet to make a name for himself here. Will he tonight? McAteer. Lays it to McGinley. Patalainen wants it wide. Very brave challenge from Thompson. Takes a nasty blow to the face for his troubles. Two players down on this near side of the field, but the referee keeps play going. A first touch almost for de Freitas. Green goes flying in, and he's got a chance. He has two players at the far post. One of those is McGinley with a volley, and that was so close. Spectacular move from Bolton Wanderers. And the nerves around this place are jangling. Lovely ball from Green, who looked up, laid it on. I was going to see a plate for McGinley. As Wolves turn to have a bit more possession. They started the second half well, but lost their momentum somewhat. Now it's a great pass into space for Dennison. Gets it on his left foot, cross in. And Bergson couldn't take any risks, though I'm sure Brannigan felt he could have got to the ball with his hands had he left it. Now on Sunday, Wolves had so many chances, resulting from corner kicks twice. Goodman hit the bar, and he's left alone from this corner. He's mulling at the far post. Richards goes in, and there is Goodman again from a corner. Bolton haven't learned their lessons. And that again was a Goodman chance from a corner kick, which wasn't far away. Now Thompson breaks on the back over the halfway line. 5 white shirts joining. Puts it on his stronger left foot and a tester for Stowell. Stowell kicks the ball. There's an opportunity to put the ball out of play then. There's a player down injured, which is why Phillips handled it. Stubbs appears to be in quite a lot of pain. This is how he got hurt, going in for the challenge, and he seemed to land awkwardly on his shoulder. Dangerous for him because he broke his collarbone earlier in the season and he's writhing in agony down there. Let's hope it's not a reoccurrence of that trouble. And a very sorry sight to see the stretcher coming on. Alan Stubbs playing no further part in this game. And when he plays back at Burnham Park again, indeed, if he does as a Bolton player, will it be in Division 1 or will it be in the Premiership? Stubbs is replaced by John Dreyer, who played against Wolves on Sunday, the man on loan from Stoke City until the end of the season. Owen Coyle takes it to the corner flag. Corner would suffice. John McGinley decides he'll take the threat. Changed his mind. Scott Green's going to launch one. The referee looking at his watch, indeed stopping his watch. Green puts it in towards the 6-yard box. Richards with the header. Dennison brings it down, but where's he going with it? Wolves just playing for time at the moment. Their best bet is to go into extra time and try and win it there. Bolton want to finish it off as McAteer puts him across. The goalkeeper comes a long, long way. Agonising wait. Oh, what a clearance! What a finale! And a player's knocked out of the area. Play goes on. And whatever is going to happen next, poor old Andy Thompson. The ball cannoned into his face there. Just seconds before that. A real twist in this tale. The ball seemed to hang in the air forever there before it was cleared off the line by Peter Shirkland, who's played more than a captain's role tonight. Look at this for a clearance. There's a bootlace away from going in. Alan Thompson's cross. Header again. Stowell will hold the ball in his hands for as long as the referee will allow it. What a finale. Referee checks his watch and blows his whistle. It's the end of the 90 minutes. 1-0 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. John McGinley the scorer, which means that we go into extra time. starts 30 minutes of extra time. A reminder, if it stays like this, it won't go to penalties. Bolton will go through by virtue of scoring an away goal. News, by the way, now in Stokes that he's been taken to hospital as a precaution due to that nasty blow to the leg. Gimley's throw. Back header. Coyle with a shot. Reflexes. Razor sharp from Stow. Owen Coyle, who was one of the cup heroes in the extra time game last season, almost does it again. Everybody forward for Bolton Wanderers. The ball punched in there, headed away. Kelly forced to come back and stand on the post. Team effort from Wolves. Can they hold out? Coyle heads the ball over from under the bar. It's bouncing around the area, and to the rescue for Wolves. And it's, oh dear me, a punch there from John McGinley, knocked him out cold. John McGinley just lost his temper there and started hitting out. And the referee must feel that he's in charge of Lennox Lewis or Mike Tyson. McDonald was sent off at the weekend. I don't think there's any doubt that McGinley has to go there. Just lost his head completely. There's a handshake, but you have the feeling that's going to come too late. This is the incident, almost a goal. McGinley went flying in there. Well, he did actually get a slap to the face from Kelly, who started it. And the referee, maybe taking that into account, shows only the yellow card to both players. Rankin lets it go. Goodman trying to get in the area, looking for one shooting opportunity which could win the game. Now to Denison. Puts in the cross, away by Dreyer. Bolton still have a man down on the halfway line in Alan Thompson. This is Andy Thompson of Wolves. Gordon Cowans. Three in the centre. Goalkeeper has to come for that one, and he's lost it! But Dreyer saved it. Dreyer got there just before Kelly. And how dramatic that could have been, because it has to be said, Kelly's looking to be on the field as well after that punch-up with John McGinley. David Kelly could have been the hero, could have scored the goal then. It was a punch indeed from Brannigan, got there just before Kelly. Short for Cowans. McAteer steals in, ups the pace. Coyle breaks in. Only one place he wants to go, and that's to goal. Forced away from it though. A corner will do. In the final minute of the first period of extra time. Thompson with a shot. The goalkeeper was blinded by that actually. He saw it very late. Had there been a bit more accuracy from Alan Thompson. I'm sure he'll claim he was trying for that near post. Venus, lovely pass. Good run from Bull. Cross from right. Cleared by Patalainen. To the Freitas. Bolton leaving two men on the halfway line. Trying to sneak the all-important goal. This is Coyle. Now he's joined by a number of teammates, including McAteer. Nobody wide on the right. Steve Ball. Charges through. Good play by Dreyer. Phillips even keeps it in play. The tide is turning Bolton's way. Richards with a header. Bolton can't clear it. And Rankin scoops it over the top. Wasted chance. Dreyer couldn't clear the ball. Rankin couldn't harm himself. He was closed down by 3 players to give him credit. That teacup that Bruce Rioch has in his hand is taking quite a battering. We're now into stoppage time in extra time. Whistles from the Bolton fans. Last-ditch stuff from Goodman. Good night. Ferguson whacked it forward. The referee blows his whistle, but it's not the full-time whistle. It's down. It's in the referee's hands now. How long are the Bolton fans going to have to suffer this agony? Goodman heads it down. Dreyer clears. Cowans nods it back in. Anywhere will do. Clear the ball is the cry from the stands. Put the pressure on Wolves. Molineux has to play it to his goalkeeper. That's brave. Shercliffe. The referee takes another long look at his watch. The whistle's deafening almost. It'll flick on. Rankin turns and McGinley, the goal hero, his defensive hero, she clears the ball. Cross from right, ball coming in at the far post, heads it back in. Bolton's hearts are in their mouths as Phillips blocks the ball. We're 2 minutes into stoppage time in extra time. The referee's enjoying this, I think. He needs to say this thing. So, Bolton Wanderers go to Wembley. They've done it. 3-2 it finishes on aggregate.